In the aftermath of World War II, the United Kingdom witnessed a significant transformation in its immigration landscape. The post-war era saw an influx of immigrants, mainly from the Commonwealth countries, as the UK sought to rebuild and address labor shortages. This period marked the beginning of multiculturalism in the country, with diverse communities contributing to the social fabric. The Windrush generation, arriving from the Caribbean in the late 1940s and early 1950s, played a crucial role in shaping this multicultural identity. Over the decades, the UK's immigration policies evolved in response to economic and social changes. During the latter half of the 20th century, policies shifted to address economic consideration, demographic shifts, and public sentiment. The introduction of stricter immigration controls and legislative changes reflected the government's attempts to manage the complexities arising from increased diversity. In recent years, the UK has experienced a paradigm shift in its immigration policies. Key changes include a reassessment of the points-based system, aiming to attract skilled workers and prioritize economic contributions. Additionally, there's been a renewed focus on border controls, with the government implementing measures to strengthen national security and address concerns related to illegal immigration. These policy developments reflect an ongoing effort to strike a balance between welcoming talent and safeguarding national interests. The implementation of stricter border controls has been a notable aspect of the recent policy landscape. Measures such as increased scrutiny of entry requirements, enhanced monitoring of visa compliance, and the use of technology for border security have become integral components of the evolving immigration framework. These changes signify a departure from the more open-door policies of the past, as the UK seeks to navigate the complexities of a globalized world while responding to the concerns of its citizens. The surge in anti-immigration sentiments is gaining momentum due to various issues, one of which is the restriction imposed on international students pursuing UK top master's courses. A notable change includes the prohibition of bringing family members as dependents, affecting students on postgraduate courses that are not specifically designated as research programs. This new regulation makes it increasingly challenging for international students to reunite with their families while pursuing education in the UK, as the government imposes limitations on dependent visas for this particular group. This shift occurs against the backdrop of a crisis in UK cities concerning illegal migration. The rise in tendencies against immigration is exacerbated by the escalating numbers of migrants crossing the English Channel in precarious boats. In 2020, the figure stood at 8,400, but in 2022, it had surged dramatically to an alarming 40,000, with the numbers showing no signs of abating. In a bid to address the situation in 2023, the government experimented with a novel approach, relocating illegal migrants to Rwanda. However, this strategy appears to have fallen short of expectations. The City of London, once synonymous with hope, now grapples with the weight of pain, and it seems as though the pleas of those affected are falling on deaf ears. A shift in attitudes towards immigration has become evident across all voter groups, irrespective of age, education level, ethnicity, or the voting choices made in 2016. Data sourced from the World Values Survey indicates that the UK boasts some of the most positive sentiments regarding immigration in Europe. The percentage of individuals advocating for a reduction in immigration to the UK has declined, marking a historic turn where more people now support maintaining or even increasing migration. This shift extends to perceptions of the economic and cultural impacts of migration, with half of voters expressing positive views, a notable increase from 2014. However, amid these changing attitudes, other pressing issues have come to the forefront. High inflation, an escalating crime rate, concerns about homelessness, and the economic challenges have compelled the government to redirect its focus towards limiting illegal migration. This shift is not exclusive to a particular city. Numerous urban centers across the country have been affected. Glasgow, in particular, has undergone a noteworthy transformation. Once known for its hospitality, the city now holds the dubious distinction of being the largest host of asylum seekers in the UK, reshaping its social landscape. While some view this as an opportunity to showcase Glasgow's renowned hospitality, others feel overwhelmed by the associated challenges. By the close of 2023, Glasgow had recorded over 1,400 homelessness applications from individuals granted asylum, contributing to a growing sense of unrest. Crime, like an ominous shadow, is extending into neighborhoods that were once known for their friendliness. The rising tide of homelessness amplifies the strains on mental health, creating a dense fog of challenges for individuals who find themselves with nowhere to turn. However, the turmoil extends even beyond this.
A BBC investigation has found that Albanian drug gangs...
As reported by the BBC, Albanian drug gangs are exploiting migrant camps in northern France, enticing individuals with promises of covering their expenses if they agree to participate in the UK's drug industry upon arrival. A significant number of these recruited individuals have found their way into cities across the UK, particularly affecting Manchester. Consequently, crime rates have surged, giving rise to a host of additional challenges. Compounding the situation, Manchester has become the recipient of a disproportionate number of migrants seeking refugee status. The predicament lies in the fact that many of these migrants lack specialized skills and end up taking on jobs such as car washing and supermarket work. This not only deprives locals of employment opportunities, but also strains the system. The city is grappling with a housing crisis, and it appears that the government is choosing to overlook these pressing issues. Wars, economic downturns, and humanitarian crises on the international stage have been instrumental in shaping the trajectory of UK immigration policies. Instances such as the Syrian refugee crisis and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine prompted the establishment of specific visa schemes, underscoring the UK's responsiveness to humanitarian emergencies. However, the ebb and flow of global economic conditions often prompt a shift towards more stringent measures, as evidenced in the aftermath of the 2008 recession and the ongoing discourse surrounding visas for low-skilled workers. The interplay with neighboring countries, particularly EU member states post-Brexit, holds significant sway over UK immigration dynamics. Ongoing negotiations related to the Northern Ireland Protocol and the potential for future free trade agreements are poised to exert considerable influence on forthcoming immigration policies. Additionally, collaboration on border security and information sharing with European partners remains integral to effectively manage migration flows. Attempting to predict the future of UK immigration is akin to peering into an uncertain crystal ball. While demographic trends suggest a sustained demand for skilled labor, the prospect of policy changes under future governments introduces an element of unpredictability. Some envision a more liberal approach aimed at addressing labor shortages, while others anticipate a tightening of policies fueled by public concerns about integration and cultural identity. The anticipated ramifications of future immigration policies are likely to revolve around two central themes: social integration and economic impact. Successful integration of newcomers hinges on effective language support, access to public services, and the promotion of community cohesion. Economically, the impact will be contingent on the skills mix of immigrants and their capacity to contribute to the workforce. A well-managed immigration system has the potential to address labor shortages, foster innovation, and enrich the cultural landscape. Conversely, poorly managed policies may exacerbate social tensions and impede economic growth. The ongoing dance of the UK's immigration policies is far from its conclusion. As the melody of global events, domestic concerns, and economic realities evolves, the choreography of these policies will adapt, ultimately shaping the future of the nation and the aspirations of those seeking a place within it. While there have been periods of tightening borders and imposing restrictions, an outright ban on migrants would be impractical and detrimental to the nation's interests. Instead, a regulated immigration system is crucial to harness the myriad benefits that migrants, skilled and semi-skilled alike, bring to the UK across various sectors, including education and healthcare. Skilled migrants have been instrumental in driving innovation and bolstering key sectors of the UK economy. The points-based system, introduced in the 2000s, aimed at attracting individuals with specific skills, has been a testament to the acknowledgement of the positive impact skilled migration can have. From IT professionals to healthcare workers, these individuals have not only filled critical gaps in the labor market, but have also contributed to the advancement of industries, making the UK more competitive on the global stage. Semi-skilled and unskilled migrants have also played a vital role in sustaining essential sectors of the economy. In healthcare, for instance, migrant nurses and doctors have been pivotal in addressing staffing shortages, especially in the National Health Service. The social care sector, too, heavily relies on the contributions of migrants to provide crucial support to the elderly and vulnerable populations. Restricting the flow of such essential workers would strain these sectors, jeopardizing the quality and accessibility of vital services. Moreover, the impact of immigration extends beyond the economic realm. Migrants have significantly enriched the cultural fabric of the UK, contributing to a vibrant and diverse society. They bring unique perspectives, traditions, and ideas, fostering a dynamic environment that enhances creativity and cultural exchange. Educational institutions, in particular, benefit from the diverse pool of international students and researchers, creating a globalized learning environment that prepares students for an interconnected world. In the realm of education, international students contribute not only financially but also intellectually, bringing a wealth of knowledge and perspectives that enrich academic discourse. Research collaborations between UK institutions and international scholars have led to breakthroughs in various fields, further solidifying the UK's position as a hub for innovation and academic excellence. While it's essential to address concerns related to immigration, an outright ban would undermine the numerous advantages that a well-regulated immigration system offers. Striking a balance between protecting national interests and recognizing the contributions of migrants is vital for the UK's continued prosperity. By implementing thoughtful and effective immigration policies, the UK can continue to harness the positive impacts of migration across skill levels, ensuring a robust and inclusive society for years to come. By that, we've reached the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. And don't forget to watch our previous video on the UK's economy.